No, he isn't. He's only 73, so fucking butt up. Wait, I forgot my lines because my own father was laughing at it in front of the entire fucking town. Even so-called short novels are pretty long and can take several hours to read. So make sure you stay hydrated. I like to keep an isotonic sports drink handy if I'm going to be reading for any longer than 40 minutes. I'll also take regular breaks and make sure I'm wearing loose-fitting clothing. Don't know how to be myself. It's like I'm permanently outside myself. Like you could push your hand straight through me if you wanted to, and I can see the type of man I want to be versus the type of man I actually am, and I know that I'm doing it, but I'm incapable of what needs to be done. I'm like Pinocchio, a wooden boy, not a real boy, and it kills me. That is it. No more guitar. You're going to have your nose in a book this whole summer, young man. If I had to glue to it, you goddamn face, you understand me. Am I speaking plain English? Or did you fucking flunk that too? I just to be it. Well, I forgot my lines because my own father was laughing at me in front of the... Oh, there it is, just once. Just fucking once. Can you admit what a selfish fucking asshole you were? Summer school. We're supposed to go to the lake next month. You just fucked up the whole summer, Kevin. You're my property, Kevin. I'll stuff you in the trunk if I want to. Now, Bill, I've told you 1,000 times that was Earl Morrall's fault. Oh, Christ's sake, Pete Unitas in at the end of the game. He almost pulled it out. Shit, if they put him in earlier like they should have, they would have won instead of losing to Joe Willie Namath, that pantyhose-wearing fucking jackass. If you don't get her a doctor right now before all these other low-life pieces of shit, then I will follow you to whatever home for dried-up old hags you live in, slap the cat food out of your mouth, grab you by your camel hump, and put you through that fucking wall. Free food, what are you bitching about? Duh, you little cocksucker. Your brother made me say that. I don't need a 25-million Bible to teach me about God. I almost bled on in Korea, all right? Why is there a person and a half fucking on the hood of my car?
Muddy, if you shot me now, you'll be doing me a favour. My wife hates me for good reason. I haven't been there for her. The only right decision I ever made was marrying that woman. And I spent the last 2 months throwing it all away. This morning she gave me one last chance to fix this. I should have said I was sorry. But I think she is a great woman, a wonderful mother, and an absolute animal in a sack. But I blew it. I tell you what, let all these other people go. After you got something to live for. As for me, I deserve her. So go ahead, just shoot me.
You're going to throw the TV in my face. I didn't hear you complaining when you were watching the Rose Bowl parade. Ooh, Raheem, look at the begonias. I said that in the missionary position. You're the one who turned over. Go back to your room or I'll put you through the fucking wall. You got to help Roy. Richmond's out of his room. He's not in his room. He's supposed to be in his room. Why is he out of his room? Go home and play with your father's gun. Nobody got shot, babe. Go back inside, you're fucking busybodies. I'm pulling my weight now. I bust my ass 6 nights a week. Feeling every bump in the goddamn road because I provide a valuable service. I make people happy. I just made that up. But that's probably what they're going to start to call people like Roy. But Roy's not a desk grab. He's my best friend. And unless you do something, it's just going to be you, me, and Tim Burton over there. See, the driver hooks a function by patching the system called table, so it's not safe to unload it unless another thread's about to jump in there and do its stuff, and you don't want to end up in the middle of invalid memory. So now you got a record, you made your mother cry, and you're going to miss another day of summer school. At this rate, the baby's going to graduate before you do. What do you have to say for yourself? Yes, if there was such a thing as a drudgeon, that is what we'd be to them. How F-sking hard is it to not be an asshole to your own kid? I'm talking about, look, just because you drown a little bit, it doesn't give you any excuse to be an asshole for the rest of your fucking life. And I don't care what you do for the rest of your life. As long as you never speak a word of this to your mother, okay, that woman's already half dead from you kids, and this would put her in the ground. You hear me? I don't need a $25 bottle to teach me about God. I almost bled out in Korea Awards, right? I have met God perfect. Of all the things he could have said to me when he was dying, he puts in a song request, that selfish son of a bitch. Oh, there you go, perfect. Let's just bring all the bad news at once. Woo, oh, come on, Santa, my mouth's wide open. Fly up on the roof and shit down my neck. Ha! It's called having emotions, Susan. All right, yeah, Christ, you're ice cold. Those fucking TV dinners we've been eating every night. I haven't had a decent meal. Introduce okay. Today was probably the worst day of my life. We're probably going to have a strike, which means the whole company goes down at Christmas. And I had to kiss Vic's ass, that fucking gigolo, to get tickets for our son, who I now have to treat like a fucking downy snowflake. Don't care what you do for the rest of your life. As long as you never speak a word of this to your mother, okay? That woman's already half dead from your kids, and this would put her in the ground. You hear me? You're lucky I don't put your head through that fucking wall and get a haircut you'd look like. You don't know how good you've got it, buddy. I saw on the news that there was a guy in New Jersey who chopped his whole family up. Oh, so help me God, if I started building walls today and didn't stop for the next 10 years, there still wouldn't be enough of them to fucking put you through. Sorry, Susan, but your son is no good. You're not man enough to live up to your agreement. So Bill gets to go to the game. That's final. He's a man. He finished all his homework. When I get home tonight, I want to see half of those assignments completed. Or as God is my witness, I will put you through that fucking wall. That's my guy. That's my guy, Irish Mickey. You know, he would have beat Shavers the last time, but he lost on the technicalities because the EF thought he was bleeding too much, which he wasn't. He lost because he was drunk. But, oh, I thought you sucked at math. Jesus fucking Christ. Can't I have one kid who isn't an absolute fucking disappointment? Then I will build one and I will fucking put you through it. Can't you see that I'm having a heart with your fucking brother? That's my guy. Oh, that's my guy, Irish Mickey. You know, he would have beat Chavez the last time, but he lost on a technicality because the ref thought he was bleeding too much, which he wasn't. He lost because he was drunk. Well, you lied to me. You gave me your word saying you were working on those history assignments, and all of a sudden I get a call from your teacher saying you haven't done a single one. Reading at a 3rd grade level is affecting your schoolwork. Yay fucking dope. Ty Murphy, resident. Oh, let me tell you something, you goddamn son of a bitch. I don't need a goddamn engraved family Bible. You see, what did I say? Every goddamn time I'm eating dinner with my family, young man. I don't need a $25 Bible to teach me about God. I honest bet out in Korea, all right, I have met God. What did you just say to me? Oh, you come down here, you say that to me like a man. I swear to God, I'll pull your tongue out through your goddamn neck. Why do they have to put the goddamn things on the wall? Yeah, right. I'm sorry. Okay, look, you don't have to go back to school today. We'll call it a sick day. You're a terrible father, and your house smells like a beer pissed in it. A buddy from the war has one in his head. We used to throw paper clips at it. Does that help you? I've only ever been in shows of friends, so I don't know exactly what happened. I think I'm incredibly cheap to hire. That can buy some traction. I'm as cheap as it's possible for an actor to be legally. I'm trying to open up to you fucking asshole. My parents didn't go to university and when brought up in England, they hadn't heard of any other universities other than Cambridge or Oxford. I care about you. I cut your sandwich in half, didn't I, diagonally? That takes longer. I tell you, you don't know how good you got it, buddy. Do you ever wonder why we never see my father? This isn't your lawn. It's dirt with green paint. And you rent the place. Yeah, fucking gyps. Can't you see that I'm having a heart-to-heart with your fucking brother? How can we say they're hopeless? If they've never been given a chance, what if? What if we tried a little experiment done? As you know, Margella, for goodness, the hashtag Charity Event of the Year is coming up. If I can prove to everyone at that gully that the bad guys have changed, will you set them free and give them a clean start? Don, I can't believe that one person could own all of these clothes. My thoughts turn on, as I'm sure do yours, to moth management. Sometimes people ask me what I do, and the correct answer is almost nothing. But if pressed, somewhere in the distance a wolf could be howling, but he decides not to. This particular wolf is by nature quiet and doesn't wish to blindly conform to stereotype. When my parents were watching the news, they were either waiting to watch the news or recovering from watching the news. The news confirmed their feeling that things were terrible everywhere and there was nothing anyone could do about it apart from keep abreast of developments. I've avoided the news ever since.